welcome back to my channel. So I'm super excited to bring you this everyday natural look for you. It's pretty simple, very dewy, and pretty quick to do in the morning when I know I have plenty of mornings that I feel like I'd rather get some extra sleep instead of doing anything too crazy. So this is usually my go-to look when I have to get out the door. So, if you like this look, please give it a thumbs up, comment below, subscribe to my channel, and if you want to see how I got this look, please keep on watching. Okay, so before I get started on everything, I'm just going to prep my skin with the MAC Prep and Prime. I like to use the lavender one because I love the way it smells. It's their new collection and it's magical. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and get started with my skin first because I'm not doing any crazy eyeshadows today. And I'm actually going to be trying a new foundation. I got this little sample of a CLARINS one. It is the Skin Illusion Mineral and Plant Extracts foundation in the shade 110 Honey. So before I put that all over my hands, I'm just going to use one of these super cheap little package sponges. You can get them at any drugstore. I get mine at Target, and dampen that just a little bit. And then I'm going to mix in some of the MAC Strobe Cream. I love to mix in a strobe cream with my foundation just to add a little bit more sheerness, adds a bit more glowiness to the skin, and I love to glow, especially when my skin feels more particularly dry, which it definitely has been. So I'm just going to go in and kind of dab those two together, show you what I'm doing. If I had a petri dish, I would be doing this on a petri dish, but I don't. And I'm just going to apply this all over my face. I actually really like the finish of this foundation. It's very skin-like. It's not too full coverage, but I don't mind that for today's look. And then any areas you feel like you might need extra coverage, you can just go back in with that same mixture and lightly tap on those areas. I really like the finish on this foundation. It's very glowy, very skin-like, and it builds on itself pretty nicely. So next I'm just going to go in and spot conceal. I'm going to be using the Instant Age Rewind Eraser by Maybelline, the dark circle eraser. I'm sure you guys have seen plenty of times. And this is in the shade Light Pale. I'm just going to hit my under eyes with that. And bringing the concealer up to right where I would contour my nose. I find this gives just a much more natural looking contour to the nose. I don't like to go too heavy on my nose contour so it doesn't look like stripes down my nose. So this is a nice way of creating that shape without going too crazy. And I'm just going to spot conceal in some areas I've still got some redness. So everywhere. Okay, and I'm going to use the other side of that sponge I just used and blend. Oh, actually, you know what? Wait a second. I do the same thing with my nose, just right here. Another little not contouring trick. And then go back in and blend this all out. Alright, so now that we have foundationed and concealed, I'm going to go in with this MANNAKADAR Beauty Powder. It's their HD Perfecting Powder. I'm just going to use a small brush for this, just to get into those areas that tend to get more oily, and I'm going to start with my under eye because we want to get it before it creases. And like I said, I like to use the heck out of the MAC Prep and Prime. So now that I've done powdering my face, I'm just going to go in and spritz that to give it a more skin-like texture. And this is not the last time that I'll be using this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do my brows while my face is soaking up that Fix Plus. And I'm just going to use a little spoolie and just kind of spoolie them out. Schweiger, wanna come say hi? This is Schweiger. Say hi to the people. I just woke him up from his nap. But, say hi. Hi. Okay, you can go back to sleeping on my pillow. Anyways, eyebrows. Yes, so I just got this new eyebrow pencil from Lord & Berry in the shade, it's number 1706 Brunette Magic Brow. Yeah, so I just got this from my Ipsy bag, and I'm liking it. I'm liking it. And a little tip that I like to do is have have the inside of your brow be tilted downwards. And this will really help you create that arch shape. And then I'm going to go back in with that same little spoolie and just flick the product in with my brow hairs. That way it looks more like it's just my brow hairs. And then I'm just going to go in with a clear brow gel just to flick those brows and keep them in place so they do not move all day long. Alright, now that that Fix Plus has soaked into my face, I'm going to add some life, some depth, some color to this face. And I personally like to start off with blush before I do my bronzer. So I'm going to use my favorite NARS blush. And that is in the shade Outlaw. I like to have a little rosy, it's cold outside, I'm cute color right along the bridge of my nose and on the apples of my cheeks. So that's where I like to apply my blush. Next, I'm going to use this bronzer by Lisa Frank and Glamour Dolls. It's the Bitten and Bronzed Matte Bronzer. Looks like this. And I'm just going to go in with that same fluffy brush and use a little bit of that to slightly contour my cheeks, cheekbones. And then on my temples. And then I just pat it up here. Nothing too crazy. And then down underneath my jawline to erase any signs of a double chin. And then I'm going to use that same tiny brush that I used earlier and just dab into that bronzer and just press along the side of the bone of my nose to create a very subtle contour. I also like to do down here to create an illusion of a button nose along the sides. And then I create two little lines right here just to give it a more natural looking nose shape. Okay, so I told you I was not done with it, and I'm not. I'm going to go back in with the MAC Fix Plus. I like to do this, spray the Fix Plus before my highlighter because it will make your highlighter way more pigmented if it's a little damp. Your face, I'm dropping everything today. I'm just going to place that right on the top of my cheekbones. Up above my brow bone, I'm just dusting it a little bit. Oh, by the way, I'm going in with the BALM Cosmetics highlighter. It's the Mary Lou Manizer, aka the Luminizer. I love a nice gold color for my highlights. Those are my favorite. Anyways, back to what I was doing. On the tip, very just tip of my nose, on my Cupid's bow as well. Sweet, so our face is done. Now we're going to just finish up with a very simple eye. First, I'm going to curl my lashes. Then I'm going to go in with this Wet n Wild eyeliner. It's just in the color black. And I'm going to do my upper waterline with this. I'm just going to dip into my same bronzer that I used before and just flick that on my eyelids for a very, you can be so messy with this. I just want a little bit of a darker color on my eyelids than the rest of my face. And then I'm going to go in with that same Wet n Wild eyeliner and just in the very, very, very outer corner of my eyes, I'm just going to draw a very subtle line at the end of my lash line. And then take a flat brush, any kind of small flat, I cannot speak, flat brush that you have, and just smudge that out a little. This is not a necessary step. I like to just make the ends of my lashes look a bit thicker. It adds a cat eye effect without having to do a cat eye. And then, finally, I'm going to go in with the Supersizer. If you watched my last video, you know this is my favorite mascara ever. It's by CoverGirl in the shade black. And I'm just going to do my lashes. And also I like to really focus on my lashes in the outer corner as well to add that cat eye effect. And I just put a little bit on my bottom lashes, not a whole lot. I like the emphasis to be on my top lashes. And then last but not least, I'm just going to put on a little bit of lipstick. I've got this Revlon Super Lustrous lipstick in the shade 245 Smoky Rose. Sweet, so this is the final look. Very simple, very still, fresh, dewy, feels good, feels pretty light on the skin because of this foundation. Let me know what else you guys would like to see from me for my next video. Comment and let me know. And yeah. I feel like, is this chair squeaking? What is squeaking?